All right, I'm going to say peace and shalom to you, my brother. Good to have you here, my brother Nasi.
My brother.
Good to see you, man. Hey, let's get right to it. First, introduce yourself to the people that's out there into the community.
I love y'all. All praise is due to the supreme intellect of the universe. Y'all are our forefathers. My name is Nasi of Shomrei HaTorah of Atlanta, Georgia. And it's a blessing to be here with my elder Sonetta. You know, it's given me an opportunity, and all the brothers out there in the conscious community has given me an opportunity. I like to bid them peace, shalom, hotep, Islam, whatever you follow. Salam alaikum. Peace to all the family out there. Shalom. Here we was talking about what would I do after the debate, and I was like, I probably wouldn't do another debate or whatever, but you know, just looking at all the fire and the backlash and the smoke after the smoke cleared and the damage it kind of did and shocking people. I think a lot of people are upset. After the debate, things are beautiful for me. You know, I reached out to a lot of brothers who are of the comedic science, who deal with the Melanin and these things, and we are coming together as brothers and sisters, and we're doing positive things. So on that side, it's a beautiful thing, but to some people, they think of it as some kind of gang war. You know, right. Yeah, like it's either Crips or Bloods and stuff like that, and we on a different level now. This is the conscious community. We do these debates to air out certain things, but to also build on a higher level. So if you think there's any hatred between me and Sarah Seti on my behalf, I don't see no hatred, because after the debate, Sarah Seti is the one who came up to me, gave me a hug, and said, "You killed it, brother." And you know, and even we talked about briefly what I brought out in the first 10 minutes, and when I explained to him, I said, if you meant this, then I'll take all that back. Before I could even finish it out my mouth, Sarah Seti said to me, "You did what you were supposed to do, huh?" You know, and you know, and that was the warrior spirit he had after the debate. I don't know what happened and transpired between them, but a few things changed over. But for me, we have a momentum now as a Hebrew Israelite community and other communities that are positive, because there's a lot of people that were there for the moral science and a lot of people there from the comedic science. Sonetta, you know, after the event, people were lined up, you know, taking pictures,
that's right,
asking questions. And they wanted to learn more, and that's what the thing is about. It's about learning more, you know?
Okay, my brother, that's what's up. Have anybody approached you since you've been walking through the airport or walking in Atlanta? Have anybody say, "Yo, brother, I seen you in the debate"? You know, because a lot of people and I'm not trying to big the House of Conscience up, I'm just saying, when people come here and they be on my channel, wherever they go, people will see them like they're a celebrity or something. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people call me, like, for example, my man Abdullah, the brother that I had here, he's a Moor. He called me today and said, "Yo, brother, man, Sonetta, everybody all up in Philly is like coming up to me telling me how, you know, the great thing that we did together at the House of Consciousness." And he was really shocked and surprised at that, but I already knew it was coming.
Yeah.
You know, have that came up?
Yeah,
to you, brother?
It's happening, and it's beautiful. You know, it's a beautiful thing. Like my father was introducing. There was a young brother. He probably my age, a little older, but he had bags, and he was picking up bags like he was struggling. So I went to help up the bags and pick up the bags, and brother was like, "You know who that is?" He's like, "I know who that is. That's Nasi from the debate." You know, he said, "You did your thing, man. You did your thing on the debate." And that, you know, that made me feel warm in the heart, because, you know, you always want to, when you put something out there and your soul is in it and people respect it and honor it and at least respect the work that you put behind in it, it means a lot.
Right.
Definitely. I mean, truth be told, even Ankh, the brother Ankh, and a lot of brothers from the Arm and Rod squad said I want to debate. You know, so I mean, like, technically, I think what we're getting into is a character game where people play a certain role when they're in the when they're on air or on Blog Talk. But everybody that was there know the truth, and whoever seen the debate know the truth. I mean, people are nitpicking. Like, perfect example, brother Sonetta.
Yeah.
I'm using Stellas, or I would use a papyrus and read the papyrus, but somebody says I need a reference. That's like me saying you need the reference to quote what's on the side of the Liberty Bell. It doesn't make no sense, you know. So people are making up rules that really don't make no sense inside of this debate forum. But it was something that happened. It's called a cognitive dissonance, which one of my brothers gave me. It's when people can't believe what they believe in or who they believe in just got tore apart, and they're in shock. So what they do is come back and make a rebuttal. I was on the brother Polite's show, and it was a blessing that the brother let me on the show. Guess who comes on the show? The show's about polygamy. Brother Anka, right? Anka comes in, and his first argument after 2 to 3 weeks after the debate, his first argument is about an ostrich feather on the hunter's palate. Now he came in and made this big argument about, I don't know what I'm talking about. The ostrich feather it was 535 million years ago inside of Africa, and did later come to Asia, but it was too old to be prehistorically dated back to then. It was just making no sense. But people, you know, tend to eat up stuff when you talk long. Right. But when I broke it down, me and Unc continued to go back and forth. But later on, Unc called me the next day and apologized. He was completely wrong. So even the stuff they're trying to rebuttal with, they don't have no rebuttal right now. They don't have no rebuttal for the debate. So it was definitely an honor there, and I appreciate you, and I honor the respect, the fact that you would go out there, because people, if they say that you were biased towards me, then they didn't see the video.
Have you heard that?
Yeah,
people said that?
Yeah. I mean,
wow.
No. I'm saying you look online and people like, oh, you was going for this person, or it was a setup. Everybody, if you clearly watched the debate, right? You said he was your brother. You know
exactly.
What I'm saying? Clearly, like I spoke just a couple seconds ago, what I was saying about the references is the top of the page was the name of the book or the article, right? Right. And all you got to do is type it in. I mean, I did a documentary, because I got a lot of footage behind the scenes before, after, me talking to Seti later. I mean, all type of stuff. I mean, before talking to Seti before. So all of this stuff is on there. But when you do it, all you have to do is Google it. Every person that Googled it or put it in there, they see the references. And what happened is with the references is what they're talking about is they want me to show where a white man has validated what they said. Right. When I'm reading the Stella, if I'm reading the Stella or I'm reading the Papyrus or if I'm reading something off the side of the temple, I just need to tell you where it is. Just like if you say a landmark, you say what the landmark says. You don't have to quote, define where the landmark is mentioned inside of a book. So these are some of the things that people are doing, which is actually is ignorant in themselves, because if you telling me 3 weeks that my references are invalid, then that means you still haven't looked at them. That means you didn't do no primary research yourself. And I got a whole thing in the documentary coming with a list of all the books you can find certain things in. Because once you type in the one name of the book or what it's about, it'll take you to so many different references. So what it's using, I'm using artifacts. You get what I'm saying? It's like like I said earlier, if you tell me, you say, oh, what does it say on the side of the Liberty Bell? It ain't way. So their scholars even translate it the same way. So if they tell you that that's not what the story says, then tell somebody to say what the story says. Right. If the story don't say that, what did the story say? But you never seen what the story say, because they don't have that. What they're doing is they're playing on the ignorance of the people. So the people are going to say, oh, that's not what it means. But nobody's going to ask them, what does it mean? And if the story sounds so crazy, then that's where you need to go get the language and study the Melanin so you can translate it for yourself and give your children a better understanding. But until there, as it stands, the fathers of Egyptology and all the brothers and all the sisters that understand it and translate it, it means exactly that. And it wasn't no homosexual that translated. They just picked one homosexual out of a group of archaeologists, out of a group of people who studied Egypt to translate it. So this is not right. There's a lot of linguistic people. There's Gardner, there's Breasted, there's Patry, Champollion, the one that Seti referenced in his thing. They all said the stories were homosexual. So if we're going to say it's not, and you pick some homosexual guy and say that's where I got it from, that's false.
Right, right. Okay, talk to me about what is your take on what do you think about the Amun-Ra squad? What is your take on the brothers right there, the Amun-Ra squad?
All right, the Amun-Ra squad. I say this in a way, I'm a product almost of the Amun-Ra squad, and I say that because I first debated Ankakek, which is my brother. I don't agree with his tactics, but I have love for him. I debated Ankakek, and me and him went at it, and he was shocked, so he called you. Then I went on the show with Armor Squad, and the brothers kind of drowned me out. It was 7-6 against 1, which is no problem. It was all a learning process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was 7 of them against 1.
Yeah, it was a learning process. You know, because at that time, all the information I had, they didn't let me utilize it. Now, if I would have got a time to talk, then Seti would have knew what I was coming with. But what they did is they muffled me so much that I stuck with all my information, and by the time I came to the debate, it was a surprise. But the Armor Squad, let me tell you something about the Armor Squad. They asked you for a group debate, but let me tell you this about them. The Armor Squad don't believe in one thing. Meaning some of them are atheists, some of them aren't. Half of them believe in God.
Right.
Half of them some of them believe in Hebrew doctrines. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when you're going into a debate with them, Uncle Keck himself was teaching a year ago or 2 years ago that the Israelites were white.
Hold up. Say that again?
They were teaching that the Israelites were basically white people, Europeans.
Oh man.
So certain things start to transform, and you see that, and that's good. That's called growth. When people start changing their doctrines. So the Armor Squad, when the Armor Squad, they're getting nice, and they're a good group of people. They're educated brother. One of the brothers I love on in Ngozi, they're very educated brothers. But what happened is when they get challenged, their information upgrade too. Because when I battled Uncle Keck had the Armor Squad call me. And for weeks, we've been going back swapping information, and they wanted to see where I was coming up with information so they could then form a rebuttal.
Right.
So this is one of the things that you have to understand. So, Brother Uncle Keck put me inside the debate to beat Seti because he thought I could beat Seti. So when he plays that role that he can't believe that this Israelite did this, that's a false role he's playing. Because I had, and I'm going to tell you this, Sonetta, and I tell everybody in the conscious community, I studied as an individual. I never had no group like the Armor Squad or a research group of such and such. What I had is a group, I had a congregation who basically didn't do much.